Hello and welcome back everybody to Symphonic Rain. So, last episode I had a great performance. And by great I mean horrendous. Like, wow, that was actually like a tough minigame. I mean, I guess if you can write blindly it's a pretty easy minigame, but I can't. So, I messed this up. As mentioned, I hope that has nothing to do with endings and stuff like that. Now, I forgot to mention actually in last episode, I'm playing the game with a walkthrough because the person who requested this Let's Play said that you need to play stuff in a certain order so that you don't get spoiled for other routes, etc. And you need to unlock all the endings and stuff like that to unlock other routes, etc., etc. So I should follow the guide. And that is what I'm going to do. And the guide says nothing about music minigates, if I may say so. So, I hope this is not important. Except for, you know, my pride, which is kinda down right now. Having finished my performance, I turned around in the anticipation of Miss Cordell's critique.
ダメだな。それくらいは自分でも分かっているな。
Yes!
ならいい。練習で失敗することは悪くない。
I wasn't sure what Miss Cordell was thinking, but she gave me a weak smile.
まあ、クリスの場合は目的意識が足りないからだな。
I also kinda lack a sense of pushing the right buttons, to be honest. What do you mean?
パートナーも決まっていない状態で曲だけ練習しようとしているのが間違いだ。
Yeah, I'm completely with you. Until we do this another time, when Chris here found a partner, I might have practiced a bit pushing Y, Z, D, I, J, and K, and L. So, we end up on that subject again.
別に嫌がらせで言ってるわけじゃない。そもそもこんなことを言っている時期でもないんだからな。
Yes, I know that.
なら、その言葉を信じよう。
Thank you.
当てはあるんだろ？
Well, yeah.
知り合いのトルティニタか？
Yeah, that's right.
あの子も今年卒業だろう。ちょうどいいんじゃないのか？
I'll take it into consideration.
そうか。まあいい。いざとなったら私の方で何とかする。
Arrange something.
声楽科の生徒に頼む。今年のレッスンが終わるまでにまだ決まってなかったら、こちらで勝手に決めさせてもらう。
Meaning?
君に決定権はない。満足に曲も弾けない状態でパートナー探しも辛いだろう。
I replied to those words in a serious tone. It's not hard at all.
そうか。ならクリスを信用しよう。自分で早く決めることだな。
I fell for it. But when she smiled at me like that, I couldn't possibly talk back anymore.
さて、とにかく練習だな。今ここでたくさん失敗しておくといい。最初からもう一度。
To be honest, you're not really helpful though. You're basically saying that was shit, do it again. Why do I pay you? I mean, do I pay you? Or is in Rainland everything for free? I remained in the lesson room after Miss Cordell had left, to wait for the slight exhalation for my performance to fade. Exhaltation. I began thinking about the warning I had been given numerous times now. It wasn't like I hadn't been thinking about the partner issue at all. I was just still feeling a bit indifferent about it. I knew full well that I was getting short on time, but I was somehow unable to motivate myself to take action. Piova Music Institute. This music institute, named after the town it resides in, was world-renowned for its production of many famous musicians. It had a long history, and getting accepted into and graduating from it was considered a commendable feat. Since I was a fortel player, which not many people had the natural disposition for, the institute had been lenient with my enrollment. I suppose that was the reason I was having a hard time now. Not unexpectedly, to be able to graduate, a final assignment needed to be completed. This assignment was a recital at the Institute's concert hall. At this event, we would be rated by graduate students from this institute, and active musicians from across the country. Depending on the result, it was possible to have to repeat the year, although most students ended up being forced to drop out in this case. Conversely, depending on the degree of success, you could be guaranteed a successful career as a musician immediately. The bar was placed very high. Even so, Miss Cordell had assured me I had the qualifications to graduate. Although she did remind me that I would probably be cutting it close. So, she thinks you're very good, but she thinks you're cutting close. Maybe she's just trying to motivate you. For Fortellists, the recital was bounded by 2 regulations, and no matter how talented you were, there was no way to graduate unless these 2 conditions were met. First, the piece to be recited had to be original. I happened to have one prepared, so this wasn't a problem for me. The second, more problematic regulation was that the recital had to be done in company of a song. Normally, this meant partnering with a senior vocalist. For them, this would also be their graduation recital. But as a general rule, it didn't have to be a student from the vocal department. It didn't even have to be a student of this institute. It could be a regular citizen of the town, for instance. Even so, partnering with someone who wasn't used to singing in front of a crowd might not yield a very good result. As such, I'd never heard of a student partnering with an outsider before. Well, it wasn't like I didn't have a candidate. It was just that a part of me was hesitant to partner with that girl. The reason being, actually, I was not even sure myself. She was actually a pretty good singer. Plus, she was a childhood friend who I had known since I was small, and we still got along fine. Then why? I have asked myself this question many times, but could never figure out the answer. Whoa! Oh, that... Yeah, I get it! What the hell? Okay, now I clicked in all the panic. Like, what the kind of bell was that? Then why would the... Ah, there. I was snapped back into reality by the sound of the bell announcing noon. Although we hadn't made an appointment, I headed toward the cafeteria to meet said childhood friend / candidate partner. Unlike this morning, the hallway was flooded with conversing students. I slipped my way through the crowd and went outside. The main building I just exited consisted of lesson rooms, lecture halls, as well as offices for lectures and other stuff. The secondary building I was heading for housed a few lesson rooms and many small private practice rooms, as well as the cafeteria, the library, and other miscellaneous. I passed the concert hall that was located between the 2 buildings and quickly headed inside to avoid the rain. As expected at lunchtime, shit. Missed is German for shit. Actually for damn. As expected at lunchtime, the cafeteria was already full of people. The cafeteria had the capacity to provide for around 100 people at a time, and it was already about half filled up. I left my bag at my favorite seat next to the window. Is it in the back of the room? I randomly ordered some risotto and sat down after bringing it back to my table.
Ohaya.
As I was busy picking at the food on my plate with my spoon, I heard a familiar voice behind me. Oh, good morning. Tarta sat down in the seat next to me and slid the bag I had left there 1 seat to the side.
あれ?
Hmm?
これ.
Tarta was holding the score I had just been using and waved it in front of my eyes. It had probably slipped out of my bag. Something up with the score?
これって発表の時の曲?
Okay, now the question is, why did she never ask him? Like, dude, do you have a singer? And if not, why aren't it asking me? Now that is what I would do as a friend. I guess.
最後まである?
I guess.
あのね、すぐに一応っていう癖は。
Could you please stop that? Right? I'm working on it.
一応はね。
Tarta gave a resigned smile as she ended the topic with a joke.
ねえ、見てもいい?
Go ahead. I'll be having lunch in the meantime. Glancing sideways as I proceeded to gulp down the new cooled down risotto, I saw her focusing on listening to the melody inside her head. I finished my meal at the same time. At the same time, she finished reading the score.
結構いい曲ね。
Thanks.
一応やることはやってたんだね。
Did you think I was wasting my time?
でもパートナーまだ決まってないんでしょ？
Not yet.
いくらいい曲があっても。
That is exactly what Miss Cordell said earlier.
そう？それは先生が正しいわね。
But why are you two suddenly so obsessed about this?
今週でちょうど12月に入るからね。あと2ヶ月しかないんだよ。
Only. You sure you don't mean still?
言わないよ。はあ、まあいいや。私もお弁当食べちゃおう。
Maybe she doesn't ask because she's kinda hurt that he doesn't ask her, you know? Like, we're friends. Why don't you ask me? You know what I'm saying? Maybe she's hurt about that. Go ahead. Tarta unpacked her lunchbox on the table.
それで当てはあるの？
Can't quite say I have absolutely no one in mind, I guess.
ないんだ。
Don't make hasty judgments.
そのくらいわかるよ。
No, I really have someone in mind. As she was stuffing her mouth with sandwiches, her face contorted in surprise, and she replied,
うん。
Don't talk with your mouth full.
もちろん私以外にってことだよ。
Okay, now we get straight to the point. Yep,
あれ？本当にそんな人いるの？
you certainly sound surprised.
ちなみに誰？私の知ってる人？
No. I was kinda talking about that someone from the vocal department Miss Cordell would arrange for me. In the end, I was simply relying on Miss Cordell and not doing anything by myself. As I was searching for the right words to explain it to her, fully prepared for the wave of complaints, Tarta laughed and said,
へえ、なんだ。やることやってたんだ。
What I had to do, huh?
何よ。
Okie dokie. Magical walkthrough. What should I do? Properly explain. Ah, man. So he seems like an aspect now. I mean, he is an aspect. I feel like, was there ever like an intelligent protagonist in any visual novel, or at least in any dating sim ever? So, you know. But at least, like here, we properly explain it, so that is already the right decision, actually. In my opinion, at least. Well, I said I had someone in mind, but it's actually not decided yet. Miss Cordell said she would arrange a vocalist for me. So now I'm interested. How am I supposed to see the rest of the text? Again, I couldn't.
あ、そうなんだ。
Before it's too late. God damn it, Okay, let me figure this out. So, the sentence ends with a comma. And when I go to the backlog, there is the complete sentence. But it is not in the box, and when I click, we go to the complete next sentence. If you know how I can see the complete sentence without going into the backlog, please let me know in the comments. Man, this is... I wonder how this happened. I mean, as mentioned before, it's a fan translation, but it's kinda weird. I see. What did you think it was?
別に？あ、そう。別にクリスがあの噂を信じて、それで浮気でもしようとしてるなんて思ってなかったよ。
Which rumor? Hey now.
もちろん冗談だって。
Oh, well, whatever. I let it slide to avoid further confrontation. Huh?
なんでもない。
Whatever.
クリスのそういうところっていいと思うよ。
What is?
ちょっとだけいい加減なところ。
What? That's not a good quality at all.
そうでもないよ。
Yeah, it really depends on the situation. Right now, it's actually not a good characteristic of yours. Okay, well, whatever.
でもね、
What?
そういうちょっといい加減なところは直した方がいいと思うよ。
You can't decide what you want, lady. Why's that?
わかんなくていいよ。それで何の話だっけ？
By the way, if you're hearing rumbling in the background, that is thunder outside, because right now Germany is basically drowning. Just in case you were wondering. I guess it kind of fits the theme of the game. The rumor, I guess?
噂って何の？
That is what I'm asking you. Weren't you the one rambling about some rumor? Infidelity and stuff?
ああ、その噂ね。
Yeah, so what's this about?
よくある話だよ。確か卒業発表で一緒に演奏した男女は永遠に結ばれるだったかな。
Okay, is how it went. One word. Well. I guess any school has some kind of legend like that. And that is why you didn't ask her, because you're not sure yet if you want to stay with her forever. That makes kind of sense.
そうね。
Huh. You seem pretty indifferent about it.
うん。だって音楽性の合う人って基本的に人間的にも合う人だからね。
Now that is probably a rumor.
それに練習のために長い時間一緒にいれば、それだけお互いに好意を持つのも普通のことだし。
No, actually not. Plus, you're working together with a common goal in mind. Like so many people worked into their lives with a common goal in mind. Did you know, for example, that the two guys from Mythbusters can't stand each other in real life? I mean, they worked for a common goal, but they still hated their guts.
そうそう。
Tarta nodded in understanding, then broke a little smile.
クリスもやっぱり興味ないんだ。
To the point where I haven't even tried to find a partner yet.
そのくせ自信ありげに語っちゃうんだ。
About what?
恋する男女の心理を。
You said more than half of it yourself.
同調したクリスも同じ。似合わないよ。
You're one to talk. For the record, I do have a girlfriend.
姉さんは別。幼馴染の女の子とそのまま付き合っちゃっただけでしょ。
So they're actually a couple? So this is not a romance novel? Or is this a romance novel where I have to break up with people? Oh my god. Mighty walkthrough. What are you getting me into? Shit, man. That will probably break my heart. Well, I was warned that this visual novel will be probably very dark. Now I guess breaking up with people isn't very dark. But I gotta prepare my feelings anyway, so I guess starting with a breakup is good. What? Man, sometimes I say stuff and when it's out there, it's like, that makes no sense. I don't need someone who's never dated before to lecture me.
自分の知ってることが全てだと思ってる人に言われたくないわね。
Ending our quarrel on that note, we exchanged glances and started laughing. Tarta and Ari. I could still vividly remember the times I used to live very close to my two childhood friends. A boy and two twin girls, all born in the same year, gradually became as close as family, partly because their houses were close together. The boy happened to have the talent to play the forte. The younger twin sister had talent for singing. However, the elder sister didn't have any special abilities. Which is why both families' parents found the younger sister to be most befitting to the boy. But one day, the boy started going out with the elder sister, which at least among the children became accepted as a matter of course. The two children with talents left for the city of music in pursuit of their dreams, while the girl left behind chased her own dream in the town she was born and raised. The pair of lovers were tied by the weekly letters back and forth, which was their only connection over the unbearable distance. I assume the sentence ended there. Considering one was in town surrounded by the sea, while the other was in a town surrounded by mountains, this was all they could do. A long tunnel dug straight through the mountains was the only means of leaving this place. Oh, so it's actually Italy, huh? It took over half a day by train just to reach the next town. Such was the degree of distance between the two.
また物思いにふけってる。
Oh, sorry.
いいよ。とにかく、早くパートナーを決めること。
Got it. No, really.
本当に？
Really. Miss Cordell said likewise. That aside, what about you?
私？
Have you found anyone yourself? Listen now.
そこまで。 その続きは言わない方が自分のためだよ。
Huh? What do you mean?
声楽家はソロでも別に構わないの。まあ実力のあるフォルテール科の人と組んだ方が評価は良くなるから、それを前提に動いてる人も少なくはないけどね。
Few would choose to do so, okay. But do you intend to perform solo?
その方が楽だもん。
Ah, I see.
それに
I already knew what she was going to say next. That was how close Tarta and I had gotten over the years. Man, even I know she's going to talk about the whole Roman stuff and she can't catch you away from Onechan or something. You don't have to be a wizard for that one.
どっかの誰かさんが本当にあぶれた時に一人くらい候補がいた方がいいでしょ。
Okay, my bad. Maybe I'm the idiot. I'm basically like, he's connected with magic. I'm connected with stupidity. So, we have both our forces. His works better. Thanks.
でもだからといって探さないのはダメだからね。
I know. In a way, we were closer than lovers. Which was exactly why it might be necessary to forcibly keep some distance. But you know, realizing the reason I had been unconsciously avoiding Tarta, I added this in a light tone to interrupt the air of intimacy. Vocalists get the freedom of choice. Not very fair, don't you agree?
思わない。だってフォルテールを弾ける才能があるだけで学院の生徒の中でも特別扱いじゃない。
It's not like I want that. Besides, I might be special, but I haven't been working for it. I was just born with it by chance, right?
そのたまたまがこの場合重要なのよ。
I'm just a rarity, that is all.
クリスの場合、謙遜じゃなくて本当にそう思ってるのがすごいと思うよ。やっぱり。
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
いないかもね。
So, which is it?
好きな方に取れば？
Then it must not have been a compliment.
じゃあそうしとこっか。否定的に取るところがクリスらしいといえばらしいね。
Our overly close relationship inadvertently made me feel comfortable. I had to sigh deeply to snap myself out of it. Why do Fortel players have to pair with vocalists?
人の声がフォルテールと一番合うからに決まってるでしょ。
I have a feeling I've heard that somewhere before.
気がするって授業で習ったじゃない。
Really?
1年生の時にね、フォルテールの歴史の講義でね。
What are the chances that I never took that class?
ないわよ。じゃあ聞くけど、あなたの学科は何ですか？
Fortel. Well, sorry.
これだから才能だけで世を渡っていける人はいいわよね。
Yeah, that is actually kinda unfair, isn't it? But to be honest, on the other hand, I guess it is what it is. And he's kinda right, like he didn't choose this. It's a tough position to be in. You just made fun of every Fortel student at this institute.
違う。筆記はいつも最悪なのに実技だけで評価されてるクリス君だけに言ったのよ。はいはい。いい？今度はちゃんと聞くのよ。フォルテールの音は良くも悪くも個人の資質に左右されるの。個性って言っても構わない。人それぞれに違う声が与えられているように、フォルテールも人によってその音色を変えるの。そして奏者のその時の心情や感情に左右されやすい特質も持ってる。楽器の中でも特に音に感情を込めることができるから、詩を伴うことによって同じくらいに感情を表現できる。歌との相性がいいの。わかった？
Yeah, I understand most of what you said just now.
そう、よかった。
Man, no wonder I'm so shit at playing this. God damn it, the thunder's loud. Anyway, no wonder I'm bad at this. Like, my main source of emotions is usually anger, frustrations when I'm trying to do something with my hands. Because these hands were created to destroy, not to create. I'm gonna be honest here. Even though I have actually, relatively small hands. Oh god, I just said that, didn't I? And hence all the Donald Trump jokes. But that isn't much of a reason why I only for- Ah, shit.
そういう意味か。
But it isn't much of a reason why only fortellists have to partner with vocalists, right? Isn't it still unfair that vocalists can go solo? So you went out of your way to give me an explanation, but the answer was completely off the mark. What's more, you did it in a patronizing manner.
そりゃバカにもするわよ。
Huh? Why?
ちょっと考えればわかるはずなのに。フォルテール科の生徒の絶対数が少ないからに決まってるでしょ。声楽科はその倍もいるんだよ。
Fair enough.
お分かりになりましたか？
Yes, ma'am.
きちんと納得できたところで分かってるよね。
Yeah, I know. I'll search for someone.
よろしい。もしよかったら一緒に探してあげようか？知り合いなら私からも頼んであげられるし。
Just like me, Tarta took classes in the morning as well. Normally, we just parted ways after having lunch together. Oh, great walkthrough. Do we need help of little cute girl, who we have affection for even though she is girlfriend's sister, which is not okay. Walkthrough says not today. Not for today, I guess.
そんなこと言って何もしないつもりなんでしょ。
That is not true. I just don't want to rely on you from the get-go.
ちょっとは殊勝なこと言うのね。
I suppose. Lots of people have been bugging me about it lately after all.
姉さんから言われたのがさすがに聞いた？
That is right. Though I'd be grateful if you didn't give her too much unnecessary information.
これが余計なことだったら私だってわざわざ姉さんに手紙で知らせたりなんかしないよ。卒業がかかってるのよ。何か反論は？
None.
よろしい。で、今日はまだいいってことは？
I meant I might ask you some other day.
それならいつでもいいよ。お昼にでも誘ってくれれば。
Got it. Huh, okay. Well, it's
それじゃあ私はこれ食べたら行こっかな。
well, it's actually like a very good idea not to rely on her. Now, as mentioned, I play according to a walkthrough because of, as mentioned, apparently when you play the wrong routes first, you're spoiled for other routes, etc. So that is kind of bad. But, and I personally don't understand how you create games like this, you know? Why would you create a game where you have free choice and then you need to play certain stuff first? But anyway. But if I played this game by myself, I would keep away from her. Like the whole thing, like she's the sister of the girl, of the girlfriend. And he is very close and familiar and they're kind of flirty and stuff like that. Like, no, that is a no-go. It seemed we'd been talking for quite some time, as the number of people in the cafeteria had diminished considerably. Realizing this, Tarta quickly tossed the remains of her sandwich into her mouth and spoke to me without bothering to swallow.
今何分？
A little past 1:20.
ありがとう。じゃあまた明日ね。
Okay, see you. Lunch break ended at 1:30, so there was still time for her to make it. On Mondays, close to the end of lunch break, it was not uncommon for the practice rooms to be flooded with students. Some music teacher had come up with the motto, leave your instrument alone for one day, and your aptitude will fall back by 3, and many seem to have taken it to heart. Although there was no school on weekends, few students spent their 2 days off playing around. I suppose it showed just how dedicated everyone was to music. Unfortunately, I couldn't say the same for myself. That was why the practice rooms became packed with enthusiastic students from early in the morning, especially on weekends without classes. Sometimes there would be no available rooms left. People like Tarta and I would practice at home had it easy. Who could practice at home had it easy. Of course, it wasn't possible to sing at the top of one's lungs, although it was accepted to a certain extent thanks to the ethos of the town. Furthermore, wind instruments were installed with mutes, so those students could manage somehow. How the hell does that work? Like, is that a real thing, or does that also work with magic, like his instrument I forgot the name of? I actually need to Google it. Like, is that a real instrument out of mythology or something? Or is it a real instrument he plays with magic? Because I don't know what his instrument actually is. Should have Googled that by now. However, the students from the piano department, the institute's largest, and as a result, such students, unable to play either at school or at home during the weekend, would swarm to the practice room on Monday afternoons. I'm pretty sure that Tarta practiced over the weekends as well. Unlike me, I was always impressed by her efforts to practice day and night. But despite this, I never felt like following her example. Perhaps it was just a personality difference. With a light sigh, I scanned my surroundings once more. I was sort of limited in my options. I could take a round of the practice rooms, but since I didn't have an acquaintance in the vocal department, it would probably be pointless. The cenacolo, I don't know, maybe it's Italian, I don't know, which students could freely use to socialize, might be a place to go. I suppose I could also go ask my friend Asino for advice. Or perhaps just walk around without a specific destination in mind. Well then, what should I do now? Oh, like I can actually choose here? Oh, that is pretty cool. So wherever I click I go, or what happens? Well, yeah, there, the blue bubbles. Cool. Well, I guess, yeah, since I'm a bit short on time right now, I guess we can do that next time. I mean, it isn't like a, how should I say? It isn't like, god damn it.